Many people have lost their money and land because they did not carry out a proper due diligence before investing in the land, and they end up losing their money because they made the wrong investment. Now, before you buy your next property, it is very important you understand the types of land that we have here in Nigeria before investing, because that will determine whether you are going to make the right investment or whether you are going to make a bad investment. Now, in today's video, I'm going to explain to you the two types of land that are obtainable right here in Nigeria. So the first one is what we call acquired land. So acquired land are basically land that are under government acquisition. So according to Land Use Act 1978, it said that all land in Nigeria belongs to the government, and then it is held in trust by the state governor for the people. What that means is that the government has the right to acquire any land, whether in the rural or the urban area, to be used for public purpose. So when we're talking about public purpose, it's talking about when government map out a particular location for road construction, for hospital, for schools, for government projects, and other kinds of infrastructure that can be used for public purpose. Now, inside this acquired land, we have two types of land acquisition. There's what we call committed acquisition, and then there's uncommitted acquisition. So when we're talking about committed acquisition, we are basically talking about land that have been mapped out for public use. Now, something like road construction, something like schools, hospitals, recreational center for public purposes, those ones are committed land. Then when you talk about uncommitted land are still land that are under government acquisition but they not be mapped out for any specific purpose. Now, this kind of land can be exercised by the government in the future. So when you're talking about accession simply means when land that was acquired from the community by the government a portion of that land can now be released back to the community. That process is called accession. Once the land is exercised by the government, it is recorded in an official legal document called the Gazette. So the Gazette basically contains all the list of the exercised land by the government. So most time when government take property from the community for a public purpose, sometimes government can take something like maybe 50 hectares of land, and after surveying the land and what they want to use that land, a specific purpose they want to use that land for, they can now decide, okay, we now need 30 out of the 50 hectares. Then they can now release back 20 hectares to the community. That process is what we call accession. Now, number two type of land is what we call free land. So free land simply means any land that is not under government acquisition. So you're talking about land like family land, communal land, talking about land like owned by real estate companies, or maybe any land that is owned by individual, that is free land. But you cannot know if a land is under acquired land or maybe if a land is free until you conduct a proper due diligence. That is why it is very important as an investor, before you invest into any location, take out time to conduct a proper due diligence over the land that you want to buy. That means taking the document to the land registry, because only when you get to the land registry, you check the Ministry of Land. For instance, here in the city of Enugu, when you want to conduct due diligence, we're talking about places like the NGs and then the Ministry of Land and also Office of the Surveyor General. You need to go to those places to conduct a proper due diligence. So the document, take for instance, deed of assignment, survey plan, and then the likes. It's only at this point that you can now know if this land it's either acquired or maybe it's either free, because it's only the government that can tell you when a land is acquired and when a land is free. If you want to invest in Nigeria, especially right here in the city of Enugu, it is very important that you know these two types of land. And if you are planning to invest in Enugu and you're looking for genuine properties that is fully registered and property that is verifiable, all you need is just to go ahead, call or WhatsApp the number showing on your screen, and I will help you make the right investment. And if you found this video valuable, please don't hesitate to like this video, subscribe, and then follow along for more, because I create content like this to help smart investors like you make secure and profitable real estate investments. See you in the next one.